Let's continue. So later during the day, I had a question for my manager. So I went to look for him, and they said he left for the day after lunch. What? He was so guilty that he left work early. Like what? Like usually leave like 6 p.m. Like I mean, this is the first time. I mean, like seriously, those that lie on us will never have rest. God is a God of justice. You think you go scot-free? No, no, no. You feel guilty unless you confess the truth. Just like Joseph's brothers, they were feeling guilty until they saw Joseph and confessed the truth to their father. Like God is a God of justice. What goes around comes around. You reap what you sow. So bad and wicked managers, lying managers, remember there is God. There is God. You are not going scot-free. Change from your evil ways unless God will deal with you. God vindicates his children. God will vindicate me. God will vindicate those treated unfairly. Also remember when Jesus was going through the process of his death, like it was too much for him, and he was saying, God, please take this cup away. And later he said, not my will but your will be done. Same for me. I feel like I'm like, God, take me out of this warehouse. God, take me out of this housemate place. God, then now I'm saying, God, please, not my will but your will be done. Like people will see me in this season, like my parents, they will say, oh, she's suffering for how she exposed her wicked ways online. No, no, no. First of all, God saved me from your manipulation and told me to share with the world so that they can be saved from their parents' manipulation too. I'm not here to expose my parents, I'm here to expose the goodness of God. When my parents were manipulating me, God saved me. God did not let me lose my mind. God did not let me commit suicide. God helped me through it. And then God took me out so I can share what happened and how He saved me. And why did God do that? So others going through this manipulation can know that when they call on God, they can be saved too. So parents, if you are watching, don't get it twisted. This challenge is a setup for a comeback. It is God developing me. It is a test from God which will turn into testimony. It looks like I'm suffering. No, no, no. The suffering of this present time is not worthy to be compared to the glory of God that will be revealed in me. My latter days will be greater than my former days. Double blessings for all my sufferings. Like seriously, God says He will give me house I did not build. That means this housemate's place is not forever. God says I will lend to nations. That means my bank account is not permanent. It will increase to the point that I will lend to nations. How do I know? God said it. God is not a liar. God keeps His promises. God has the final say. When God says something, it will happen no matter how long it takes. When God says, I will give you a godly spouse, I know it will come true because He does not lie. So do you believe in the God you serve, or do you have a backup plan? Do you say, oh, if God don't come true, I will do this instead? No, no, no. Do not have a backup plan. Be in with God 100%, not 50%. With God, we have nothing to lose. It is either it comes true or it doesn't. But if it comes true, because God does not lie. So, seriously, I remind myself every day, God does not lie. God does not lie. God does not lie. Say it with me. God does not lie. That's a powerful meditation. God does not lie. God does not lie. Like the more you repeat that statement, you will have like godly imaginations. Like your faith will increase. You will keep believing. Because the more you believe, the more it will come to pass. Another one, God said He wanted to show me the bad things my African manager was capable of. So this fake written warning, like he made up lies, this means that he can make up lies to terminate me, and no one in the organization will question it. Wow. Again, so if God allowed this warning, that means God is teaching me who they are. I learned they can manipulate your performance score to create a termination warning. Wow. So if they keep manipulating and I get terminated, it means God allowed it. It was like, it means that it's time to leave that place, you know. So one thing I've learned, no one can terminate you unless God allows it. If God allowed it, don't worry, don't cry, it will work out for your good. So how do we handle lying managers? God will say, don't see anything, I will vindicate you. Another time God will say this word, you know. Also, God allows it to happen to teach us how to be silent, when to talk and when not to talk. God is developing us. Like the first time a company lied on me, they lied on me and they terminated me. It was hurting, like so bad. I tried to remove the false allegations. It did not work. Like HR believed the manager no matter the evidence I had. Then I realized something. They were determined to terminate me falsely, like no matter the truth I said. I realized confronting them made them to come up with more lies. And it made the matter worse. So it is best to not see anything, like God advised, and watch God vindicate you. I realized God allowed the termination because he wanted me to know what it feels like to be terminated unjustly and help others to go through it. Like when others are going through it, I'm going to be able to help them because I've gone through it. So the next company, they lied on me again. This time around, it did not hurt me like it used to. So and it's because I have been there before, and I knew whatever I say, they will keep lying. So I saved myself the stress of saying nothing, or I saved myself the stress of saying something. So I just listened to God. I said nothing. The manager was shocked. It was like, do you have anything to say? He kept on saying rubbish. Do you have anything to say? And I said, no, I don't have anything to say. He was surprised that I didn't talk back. He wanted to provoke me to leave the job. He was ashamed for the rest of the day. Now the same thing is happening in the warehouse. This African manager doing the same thing, accusing me falsely. He does not know God has given me thick skin when it comes to managers lying on me. So think about it. I have never had an African manager before. It's usually American, Chinese, other cultures, you know. So having one and seeing is behaving bad like previous managers, is shocking. Like seriously. I knew back in my country, like some Africans love anything American, like they will lick their feet when American visits Nigeria, like they love foreign things and lift them up when they come to Nigeria. You know, now that I am in their country, I shouldn't be surprised if an African manager is licking the American's boss feet so he can remain a manager. Another reason that lying managers don't hurt me anymore is because I know who I am in Christ, my identity in Christ. My identity is not in my workplace or paycheck. No. I'm working for God, not for you. If it was you, I must have left the place. So we continue the next video.